Have you noticed how quickly people dismiss successful people by saying, well, they came from a wealthy family, her mother has money, his father has money, this, that, blah, blah, blah. There is truth in that. Your background matters. Like if you're born into wealth, you probably have access to better education, stronger networks, mentors, and opportunities that many people don't have. So pretending those advantages don't exist isn't honest. But I think there's another side to the conversation that we don't really talk about enough. That's why I'm making this particular video. I believe that a head start is not the same thing as finishing the race. The father, I've given you this platform, doesn't mean you will finish well with that platform. Yes, we've seen people inherit money, inherit businesses, inherit even influence. Yes, influence can be inherited, and then they still fail to build anything meaningful with it. And then we've also seen people who started with very little, but create extraordinary things over time. So what separates those stories, like what separates these people, isn't just privilege. No, it is what the individual chooses to do with whatever they've been given. And this reminds me about the parable of the talent in the Bible. And that was one of the things that stood out to me when I watched Adesuwa Okumbo Road speak. Beyond her credentials or family background, what struck me as a person was how composed and understated she came across. There wasn't this need to constantly remind people of her achievements or where she came from. It reminded me that real competence often speaks quietly. And I was like, Nettie, please, Nettie, what are you doing with your life? Oh God. Jesus. We're living in an era where social media sometimes make it seem as though success has to be announced every day. Every win must be posted, every achievement must be displayed. You know, that's the narrative the social media is trying to push right now. But many of the people building lasting businesses, creating jobs, and managing significant responsibility aren't necessarily the loudest people online. Like, see the humility, they're humble, like, just is it going like, did you see that lady hairdo? Some of you have not even gotten there, but let me leave that side. Well, my takeaway in this whole boost is that your background can give you a head start, and your background might not give you a head start, but neither of that guarantees the future. If you're privileged, let's say you come from a privileged family, congratulations, good for you. Build something worthy of that privilege. And if you're not, don't spend your life saying, oh, it's because that person came from a privileged family, because our parents are that. No, stop using that to explain your own current situation, because in the end, people will notice that you tried, you started. They'll remember what you built. Whether you wasted inheritance, you disgraced the legacy that was laid for you, or if you built on it and made something meaningful with it. And even if you're not privileged, you're not like from that, it doesn't matter. You can still make something meaningful with your life. That lady was such an inspiration, honestly. She was really an inspiration to me. I don't know about you. If you have not watched the interview, just take your time and watch it. Yes. I think yesterday, students came to ask me. Student was like, Santonia, did you see the video? I said yes, I watched the video. She was asking me what's private equity, and it got to me. I was like, so many people never knew what private equity was or what private equity is until they watched that video and they had to do research to know what private equity is all about. I'm so happy that that video like inspires so many people, and like honestly I really love videos like that. Level for tonight, I have a class by 12, I got to go.